Another good week for stocks, and risk on tone and behavior generally advances. I think I scored an A- this week. Could be an A, it was good, but the chip makers did kind of flail into the weekend as we got Nvidia pulling back to 120 and some give back on Friday. But overall, this is a very successful week and the light stays green. Steady as it goes. The turtle beats the hare. One step higher up and to the right. That's the direction you want the chart to go. So stock's in really good shape. Bitcoin also trying to bounce. The change of the risk radar. Technically, I should have done it yesterday because I didn't realize that we did close above the August level for BTC. So crypto, which has been red, now goes yellow because it seems like it has potential to at least try the upper end of the range. We've been in that long down channel that's held for months, but to now put in really the first higher high within that channel. The fact that we closed and held 66K for Bitcoin, got above that August level. Of course, the downtrend stretches further back. But this is really the first time that you've seen a higher high. So a lot of green there too. Pretty up and to the right as well. Steady stair-step pattern. Now the opportunity for crypto bulls to go back and test some highs seems very real, given that we had some developments this week that continued to build the risk on appetite. A lot of that came from the China surprise 50 basis point cut. Though most of that excitement found its way directly into the China stocks, there is reason to believe it could help the case for the bull rally here in America. Just generally, when central banks are going to support their economies, that's a positive thing for risk taking. Now, the catch is whether or not it's going to help some of our biggest tech companies. Definitely seems reasonable for trades like Tesla that are very much tied into China. Apple, too, going to be important. But what we saw for the chip maker story is that it's a little bit nuanced. If China's going to push companies to buy their own chips instead of those from big heroes like Nvidia here stateside, the chart for Nvidia already did fail again this week to break out because we came back to 120 at the same time as the semiconductors pulled back the SMH ETF to the August high. So we didn't get a breakout. We didn't get the higher high that I was looking for in the chip makers, and we didn't get the higher high in Nvidia. We did get the higher high in the NASDAQ, which is what matters more. But still, that real heartbeat that I've talked about before of the bull market, the secular bull market in AI, it still plays a big role in determining the rate of change at which the stock market climbs. This is what I've been describing, why the green light's still on stocks, despite the real core of the bull trade kind of languishing in the semiconductors sideways, is that this is just now kind of a factor to determine how fast we go up. Given that we've got rotation, given that we've got participation from other sectors and breadth and equal weight participation, the market can continue to go higher, but just note it's been at a sluggish pace. Now, I do think that's healthy. As you've heard me say here before, a slower market very might well be a healthier market. So the fact that these charts still are sitting below or at their August levels is the reason why I give this week an A- instead of an A. That's about it. Next week, watch the bond market. The 10-year had a little bit of negative action today that I don't think is a big deal, but just keep an eye on it. I'm pretty convinced that you want yields to go higher. Pretty convinced that's what the stock market wants. The steady grind in stocks higher while yields go up and a bear steepening since the Fed is really the ideal outcome here. So as long as data next week don't disappoint, you should be rooting still for yields to go higher. The market for bonds remains important, even though it's been less volatile. If you get big moves lower in yield, that's when you need to be back on alert. So let's see how the employment report goes next week. Good luck. Enjoy it. I'll see you on the other side. I got a little October vacation, so I'll see you then.